What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from Brewery Ommegang, and they're out of Cooperstown, New York, and this is their Hennepin. So they're calling this one a Farmhouse Saison Ale with spices. It comes in at 7.7% alcohol by volume, 24 IBUs at the time of review. This bottle is approximately 14 and a half months old, and they also have a best by date of May 29th of 2024, and considering we're about 3.5 months away from that date, we should be fine, according to the brewery. However, when I picked this one up, I had no idea it was as old as it is, because I saw the best by date and I'm like, all right, May 29, 2024, I think when I picked this one up, I was like, all right, I got about 4 months. I'm fine. But then I saw that they also had the bottled on date, and it was November 29th of 2022. Now, I've had this beer with some age on it. I've had it fresh. I've had it with like 6 to 8 months of age on it. Never had it this old. So they give it an 18-month shelf life. So I'm going to listen to the brewery. They know better than I do. But I'm curious to see, A, if the spices are still very prominent. I always get a nice pop of the spices in this one. And just if it's held up as a whole. I guess we'll find out. I'm reviewing this as a shelfie beer for the month of February 2024. And this is the type of stuff you get when you pick up shelfie beers. You never know if they're super fresh, super old, whatever the case may be. I saw the best by date and I'm like, we should be fine. And I still think we should be fine. I just don't. Okay. That cap was on there. Okay, is that a bad sign or a good sign, or am I just an idiot? Well, I know I'm an idiot, but I don't know the rest of the answers. Anyway, we're going to pour it into the hashtag proper glassware and see what we got going on here. So the spices in this one, orange peel, coriander, ginger, and I think grains of, oh God, is that going to go over? Oh, it does not. It almost does, but does not. Grains of Paradise is the last one. Orange peel, coriander, ginger, grains of paradise. So yeah, anyway, that got real close to going over. So that looks beautiful in the glass. It has this vibrant, like sunshine color. And every time I say that and I watch the review back as I edit it, I'm like, yeah, Joe, you're BSing. On camera, it's probably just going to look orange, maybe like a hazy kind of orange IPA or something. But in person, it looks great. Up here, it's like more of a darker orange, but as it goes down, that's where the sunshine really pops to the bottom. A lot of carbonation. This has the etching at the bottom. The nucleation promotes the carbonation. About a 2.5 to almost 3 finger of this incredibly soap sudsy looking head. It is, pretty much bright white. A lot of big bubbles and smaller bubbles. Hold it up to the glass. The particulates are fucking crazy in this one. It is older. Suspended in animation. It looks gnarly holding it up to the light. But in the hashtag, proper glassware, how does it look? Does it look like a nice beer? I think it probably looks pretty nice on camera. We'll see when I look back, but at the end of the day, it's all about how it smells and tastes. Anyway, let's get a nose. Okay, so I will tell you right now, with a little bit of age, the spices aren't as, dare I say, bombastic. Shout out to Paul over at PA Brews. They're still there, but I'm getting more of like the spices probably from the yeast. Like it has this nice like peppery, almost like white pepper kind of spice quality. A little bit of like a bubble gum. There's like a wheat component here in the nose. It smells sweet, like sweet bready, like wheat, like I'd say like sweet wheat bread, like almost like you had, not even toasted, just take wheat bread and maybe spread a little bit of like honey on it. That's kind of what I'm getting. A touch of that citrusy, like orange peel, lemon to that side of things. Yeah, every time I go back, I get this nice like whiff of like of Wrigley's juicy fruit gum, like kind of in that realm. It smells really, actually, despite the spices being kind of subdued, I don't know if I enjoy this aroma more than when it's fresh, but it's different, but very enjoyable in the nose. Yeah, it smells really nice. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. I need to learn how to take sips. I was just joke there. It's Hennepin, man. Oh, so much more spice-driven on the palate for sure. But I really dig that. I don't remember this beer having as much of that bubblegum kind of yeast ester kind of hit me. Mine, this is higher side of medium. Like, yeah, medium to higher side of medium, like in the middle of that. 7.7%, that's fine. The mouthfeel. This is where I love Belgian beers because it runs the gamut of like everything you can pretty much get from a mouthfeel perspective. Like, it's very spritzy on the palate, super carbonated. This is like moderate to full-on carbonation. Like it's dancing on the tongue. But there's also this smooth creaminess that you get as well. Like you just see how the head's super fluffy looking, and that's kind of how it is on the palate. At first you get all that crazy carbonation, but then it smooths out on the end and it has like a creaminess to it. The taste forefront, that, honey drizzled kind of wheat bread sensation, or you could even say like a biscuity kind of tone, hits me right at the forefront, dives underneath the palate. Right after that, that orange peel with a little bit of other citrus tones, like a lemon, maybe even like a touch of like a grapefruit rind. As it continues on, I'm getting a touch of stone fruit, like an apricot, maybe a peach, mango, more apricot than anything. And then the spices hit along with the phenolic kind of yeast character. I'm getting that white pepper on the second half of the palate. There's a little bit of that that coriander too. I could even say clove. Not specifically picking up grains of paradise. I've had it in other beers before. I can't specify what that actually tastes like. I'm not really getting ginger either, and the orange peel I already mentioned. So it's mostly the orange peel and the coriander what I'm picking up along with that white pepper. There's a tonality, shout out to Paul over at PA Brew News, for a second time. There's this tonality of like bubblegum all throughout the palate, like that again, that juicy fruit kind of quality to it. I love the balance from the front of the palate to the back. All that malt, sweeter goodness, citrus tones, fruity tones. Again, the honey drizzled white bread, that kind of continues on, but then that spice hits on the second half of the palate and kind of balances everything else on the palate out and just makes for a really nice beer overall. Like, this is really tasty. Now, Farmhouses, Saisons, they are not my favorite style. The well-brewed ones I really can get down with, like this, like Tank 7, as far as ones from American breweries, like authentic Belgian ones, and from, some of your more prestigious breweries. Definitely, I've had some that are kind of blow me away, but few and far between. This, though, for like a shelfie beer from Ommegang is really well done. And the 7.7% hidden on the palate, big warming in my chest right now, I'll be honest with you. Very, very big warming on the chest. What I do like about this is, though, you would think it seems a little bit sweeter, but the dryness from the spices really help out. This finish is almost full-on dry. There's a mild bitterness, not a ton of bitterness here, but the dryness is very substantial on the back of the palate. I'm gonna pour the rest in here. Some goodies here at the bottom, do a little swirl here. Yeah, this is good. This is always good when I have it. Again, not my favorite Ommegang beer, but if you're somebody who likes this style, and when we get into the price point, availability, and everything, I mean, you can't go wrong for something that's almost 8%, in my opinion. Now, I poured in all the goodies. Does it look any different? Oh, yes, it does. Remember I said the sediment was suspended in animation? I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but like if I move this around, like it's just like, it's crazy how much sediment's in there now. And it also has a 3-finger, super creamy looking head now. It doesn't even look soap sudsy. Let's go for a sip and see if it changed anything up. Kind of propped up that mouthfeel from like a creaminess standpoint, but outside of that, no, it's pretty much the same. All right, look. I like Ommegang. Dare I say, love some of their stuff. And even though I don't really love this style, I really like this beer. And I must say, 14 and a half months of age on it, it's fucking holding up extremely well. So Hennepin from Ommegang, I'm going to give this a low 4.25 and go 4.2. That's where this one lands. And, maybe for others out there, they don't like this one as much. Maybe they love this one. But for me, that's a substantially good score considering how I feel about the style as a whole. So if you've never had this one before, you got to pick it up. This is a classic. I don't know how many times I've had this one, but it's been a ton. And it's just a really, really good, well-made Farmhouse Saison, as they call it, with spices. Throw this over here. Price point availability. Here's where I said, probably going to enjoy the value perspective. Here where I bought it, Buffalo, New York, $10.99 a 4-pack. I saw some other places online, they're like $11.99, $12.99, but even so, paying less than like $3 for a bottle, or right around $3 a bottle of this, 7.7%. It's fucking delicious. Like, that is a good price point. And availability, I don't know exactly with Ommegang. They probably have a beer finder on their website, so check that out. But here in New York, we get pretty much everything from them, and have for a very long time, and hope that continues. Even since they've been bought by Duvel, and now they're, along with Boulevard and First on Walker, one big conglomerate or whatever. We still see great distribution, which is awesome. That probably won't change because I'm in New York State. But yeah, put it this way, if you haven't had this beer in a while and you've had it before, revisit it, see what you think about it, because I think it's damn tasty for what it is. So anyway, if you've had this one before, post a comment section, let me know what you think about it. I do have their Abbey Ale, which I'm going to be reviewing, sneak peek, next month for the Shelfie beers for March of 2024. I have that, and I also have another Sam Adams beer. I did the Boston Lager this month, so next month I have another one, their Cold Snap, which I've never had before, believe it or not. So we already got a couple Shelfie beers ready to go for next month, and I haven't had the Abbey Ale in quite a while, so I'm curious. I'm trying to think. I had did they do like a barrel-aged version of the Abbey Ale? That's the last one I had. I think it was like a barrel-aged or some kind of variant of that Abbey Ale. But I haven't had the base Abbey Ale in quite a while, so I can't wait to get in that one. Anyway, appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one, cheers.